When was perspective first used in painting? Have you ever wondered how artists create the illusion of depth on a flat canvas? The answer lies in the fascinating development of perspective in painting. The first known use of systematic linear perspective dates back to around the year 1415. This innovation is credited to the Florentine architect Filippo Brunelleschi. He introduced a mathematical system that transformed how artists approached their work. Brunelleschi's groundbreaking technique involved projecting the illusion of depth onto a flat surface. He achieved this by converging all lines toward a single vanishing point at a level on the horizon. This method allowed for a more realistic representation of three-dimensional space on two-dimensional panels. It marked a major milestone in art history and opened new doors for artistic expression. Following Brunelleschi's breakthrough, the painter Masaccio became the first artist to fully apply these new perspective rules in his works. In the early 15th century, Masaccio demonstrated mastery of perspective, creating figures with volume and landscapes that receded convincingly into the distance. His work established a new style of realism during the early Renaissance, changing the way artists depicted their subjects. Before this development, art from ancient and medieval times typically arranged figures based on importance rather than spatial depth. Artists often used size or vertical placement to indicate significance. While some earlier cultures, like the ancient Greeks, made geometric studies related to perspective, they did not formalize a consistent system for rendering realistic spatial depth in painting. By the late 15th century, the use of linear perspective became widespread among Italian Renaissance artists. Notable figures like Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, and Raphael refined this technique to create naturalistic and harmonious compositions. The influence of this method spread beyond Italy, impacting Northern European painters such as Jan van Eyck, who contributed to the development of naturalism. In summary, the first deliberate and mathematically grounded use of perspective in painting emerged in early 15th century Florence with Brunelleschi's work. Masaccio's artistic application followed closely behind. This innovation transformed artistic representation, allowing painters to depict space and volume realistically. It marked a foundational cultural and artistic milestone that shaped the trajectory of Western art history.